Ladies and gentlemen, justice for Mohbad has kickstarted, and I mean, it was a little bit sleepy. Of course, everyone felt it. It was a little bit sleepy. It has kickstarted, and right now, as I speak, in fact, well, this is something else. Something else. Finally, we are getting to that point, the point that place that we have been hoping to get to on justice for Mohbad. It's been a very, very, very draining period and time. In fact, it took a toll on a lot of people's mental health. It took a toll on a lot of people's patience. In fact, some people, they cannot just, in fact, they become frustrated. They become, it's an irritating period and time for them, an irritating experience for them. It is something that they cannot just understand why this is so. Well, I don't need to remind you that certain things that you have enjoyed or you're enjoying that is working as it should in a synchronous manner. It didn't just happen like that. There are people who took time, dedicated time, just like you and I are doing, to make sure that these things happen. Naturally, human beings are not nice. They are not good. In fact, most times human beings tilt towards greed, vengeance. They tilt towards everything wicked and bad. Human beings are naturally self-centered. That's how it is. Human beings are like that. I mean, we do not need to remind ourselves that a spouse, wife, girlfriend, partner, man friend, husband, wife can be so jealous of the progress of the other person. You hear stuff like, is it because now you are rich? Is it because now you are famous? Is it because now people know you? Then you had nothing. The question is, that then, what was it that you added into my life? Is it companionship? Did you hype me? Did you help me help my mental health? Did you kind of, what are the material things that you brought into my life? Were you a companion in the right sense of it, or a parasite? Well, Mohbad's father, Cynthia, Adura, Mohbad's mother, Mohbad's record label, and the other goons that were around Mohbad, and of course, some external personalities that have been mentioned in time past and are still being mentioned today, such as Sam Larry, Obelegushi, and one King White, and some other group of people who inserted themselves on justice for Mohbad. It is beginning to make sense. And of course, those that were Mohbad's father's loyalists who covered up some dirt, they covered up some rubbish. We have Yomi Fabi, we have Iyabojo, Tonto DK, and many other people. We have Very Dark Black Man. Many people, you and I, on this justice for Mohbad. Well, like I said, be prepared. Let's get right into it.
Anything when she was having a rift with Wumi Adebanjo. If there's any evidence, and you said Mohbad died in the hospital, and you turned around and said he died, you said, Yabojo, you are a fool. If there's any evidence, we should take you to the police. The same police that collected wine, the same police that was following order from above not to arrest Wumi, the same police that could not follow up the case on embalmment, is who you want people to now take the evidence to. You are a joke. Let me laugh 3 times. One more time. You are a joke. That's why I always tell you, if you think there's no evidence, wait for the criminal court to start. Because I've spoken on different platforms like that, when people will be asking me, what evidence have you got? What evidence have you got? when they ask me that question, at times I wanted to get angry, but I will just calm down. Because people don't understand how case is won. Your case cannot be won by bringing all the evidences to social media. Wait for the criminal courts and let us see if there are evidences or not. For those of you that are looking for updates, you will never get one. Those of you looking for updates here and there, you will not get one. Not even one like this. There's no more updates. That's it. Latif, there's no more date. No more updates. What you'll be getting is down date. What you'll be getting now is somebody screenshotting chat and telling you that was the forensic. What you'll be getting is you saying Mohbad defies, forensic, forensic. That's what you'll be getting. For those of you that are looking for the update, you will never get update. What you'll be getting is down date. Down date is what you'll be getting. You don't expect the Sanshito to come to your media and be giving you evidences. Are you normal? You want them to come and give evidences so that Wumi Adebanjo and Aku, they can destroy it. Are you okay? Are you okay? Is social media the court of law? What we are doing on social media is to give the livelihood to the quest to get justice. Is to give fire to that cause of justice. Is to give viability to the cause of justice. It is not here that the cause of justice will be won. It is not here that will become the criminal courts. Do you understand? What we are doing here is to protect the father of the deceased against bullies, against idiots.
Who is what? What's the word?
Against the killers of his son that are sworn to drag him down. That's why we are here. It's for the whole world to know that in Nigeria, a man of 26 years was killed, and his wife, number one suspect in that death, is made to be working free in Lagos State. That's what we are doing. We are not saying that this is a criminal court. No. So you don't expect people, you don't expect SAN to come and be giving you evidences. Why are you running faster than your shadows? Why are you running faster than your shadows? And that's why I keep telling you that Wumi will run. We run and our legs will not touch ground. Wumi will run, our legs will not touch ground. It's just the beginning. The case is just starting. The case is just starting. So please don't, I'm a conjurer. For those of you that are conjuring, where is the evidence? We need updates. You have not seen any evidence. You are not shaking the You will never see any evidence, so not on this social media. The one that we are playing is for you to see that truly Wumi killed Mohbad. But the real evidence will not be brought to the social media. So get that into your thick score. Because when this Yabo Ojo, this useless lady, was calling Ramali all sorts of names, he did not see any evidence. She did not even see any video where Ramali was beating Mohbad. But she was calling, in fact, she had judged Ramali to be guilty for the death of Mohbad straight away. Because she wanted to have a pound of flesh from Ramali. Because Ramali fuck her and fuck her daughter. What is the problem with Ramali? If Ramali has given you money, he can fuck you. Did he rape you? Or did he rape Priscilla? No. He didn't rape any of you. It was consensual sexual intimacy that you people had. So why do you want to hang his head? Why? Why do you want to hang his head?
People in charge, the men police in charge of this case, the men authorities in charge, and still, why would you have something about that can help the case of your son and then keep it? What are you keeping it for? What is the essence of keeping such information if you have it? If there's anybody that has made me stand with Wumi, it is Mama Mohbad. Because I remember.
If anybody that had made you stand with Wumi, it was Mohbad. You are a joke. If there was anybody that has made you to stand with Wumi, it is Said Elegushi. and your own personal financial game and vendetta. So don't deceive useless people that you are talking to. We have brains. And I'm telling you, your karma is just your shadow. When you walk and your shadow is behind you, that's your karma. You cannot deceive. Moreover, you are not educated. So how can you be taking us trabaye? It's not possible now.
That has made me stand with Wumi is Mama Mohbad. But mind you, she never knew Mama Mohbad until this moment. She never knew Mama Mohbad. What made her to know Mama Mohbad was Mohbad's death. The only person she knew was Wumi. Listen properly. Let's continue.
The first day I went to that house, that I took her into that room to speak to her.
The first day I went into that house, that she went into somebody.
The first day she went to that house, she took Mohbad in to speak to her. She took Mohbad in to go and beg her. There was a video when Yabojo was saying, I begged Mohbad for several hours. That's what Yabojo said. I begged her for several hours. The issue is, why were you begging her? Were you begging her that our son is dead and she should take out? Or you are begging her that, please, don't tell anybody who killed Mohbad? If you are just went there to register condolence visit, that would have taken you so many hours. But you are there to ensure that Mohbad complied with the agreement. That was why you begged her. You said, you begged her several hours. You begged Mohbad several hours. Why were you really begging them? Because you wanted Mohbad to say, Ebami 1 naira. That's why you are begging. You are begging Mohbad Abi. Ebami 1 naira. And not to mention that Wumi Adebanjo is the real killer. But you know what, Otikoja? We will know the real killer. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to start begging us too? Yabojo, you can start begging us too. Please. We'll be happy if you can beg us. Try and beg us for 1 year. Kneel down and beg us for 1 year. Because this issue has gone beyond the Mohbad now. The whole world now knows that Wumi Adebanjo killed Mohbad. If you are not convinced that Wumi killed Mohbad, go and watch that video. That gravesite video when Mohbad was buried. Go and watch it and tell me what you saw there. Go and watch it and come back here and tell me what you saw there. Please, go and do that. Then you will tell me if that face of Wumi that you see there will not be a face of a killer. That face of Wumi, the way Wumi collected white cloths, the way Wumi collected white cloth systematically with the swollen face, already gave Wumi out as the killer. She collected that cloth systematically. If Wumi's hands were so clean concerning the death of her so-called husband of the youth, Wumi did not need to collect that white cloth systematically now. They were supposed to just give it to her in front of everybody. Let everybody see it. And let her throw it there. But Wumi was looking somewhere else and he was using another hand to collect the cloths. The cloths they are planted to tie the spirit of Mohbad. The juju cloths that have been fortified to arrest the spirit of Mohbad. They know that Mohbad's spirit was strong and they needed that cloth. They needed the calabash. They needed the tortoise to destroy the power of his spirit. That was the face of a killer. That was the face of a killer. That was the attitude of a killer. I was discussing with somebody and somebody was telling me that if truly Wumi's hands were clean in the death of Mohbad, in fact, at that point, when they went to bury Mohbad, within 48 hours after his death, Wumi will still be in the hospital. Wumi will still be on admission in the hospital. Wumi will will not have that energy to go to that grave site. If truly Mohbad just died suddenly without Wumi's input, Wumi will not have that emotional strength to be at that grave site. But what did you see Wumi do? Her face was blank, flaccid, rigid, expressionless, wicked. That was the face of a killer. That was the face. No tears, not even single tears came out of that house. That was the face of a killer. Very cold. God bless you, Gladiator Crocodile. Very, very cold. That's who you refer to as cold-blooded killer. Cold-blooded killer. Unremorseful killer. Nonchalant killer. Unrespectful killer. That's what Wumi's face showed. She killed him and showed no remorse. She could not even fake it. She could not even fake it. Oh, dadu. Oh, they fake it. You know, bad. No. Ojú ẹ̀ dábàá ẹni ló ń give order. Don't give order. Ẹ má ṣe o. Ló ń nawọ́. Ó ń give order. Ó ń give order nínú kú ọkọ ẹ. Husband of your youth. Within 48 hours. Ó dẹ̀ ní débẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ ń ju nǹkan sínú sàárè ẹ̀. And that's why I keep on saying, everybody that is supporting this murderer, woes shall betide all of them. Anybody that is supporting Wumi Adebanjo, either you are supporting her directly or you are supporting her indirectly, over that you want to scatter justice for Mohbad on social media, you are bullying people so that you don't want them to come and be saying the truth, you are manipulating them, you are doing whatever rubbish. Woes shall betide your household. You cannot escape it. You cannot escape it. Even if I'm there too, if I'm doing this justice in order to destroy the justice, the same thing will happen to me. God will punish all of you. God will punish all of you in that category.
This house, and you took her into the room to speak to her.
I knew everything that she said was in support of Wumi. If she had told me something else different, trust me, I would not.
Iyabo, just stop lying. Stop lying. You are the one, you are part of those people that caged Mohbad. You are part of those people that made that woman to be totally compliant with the agreement. You are the one that made him to become an animal, cage animal to the threats. You are the one that made that to become like that. You are part of those people that have been ordained, chosen to keep monitoring Mohbad the way Obuko White was chosen to monitor Adura and Mohbad. You are working directly with the palace. You are a conspirator. You are wicked. Stop saying rubbish, Shabojo. And that's why when I look at your children, I pity them. I pity them. Because by the time the camera will come, you yourself, it's possible you have forgotten. It's possible you may have forgotten all what you are doing today. But the camera will just come upon you like a volcano. Go and write it down.
Have stood, I would have come out, I would have said it.
She wanted to say I would not have stood by Wumi. I would have come out and I would have said it. The one she told you, have you said it? The good one she told you, have you said it? It's the bad one you want to come and say. If you can't say the good ones, that the bad one you want to come outside, come talk. Listen to her, she's talking to a baby. Now, can you understand?
She's talking to a baby. you know, she thought it was those brainless people that she was talking to. People that cannot reason, they cannot reason. You know now. I'll be those small girls, big gods, carcass. She thought she was talking to all the Olosho like her.
The justice for Mohbad was just protection for Wumi. It was no justice. When these three collaborators, they They cooperate together. How do you want to get justice? Where would the justice come from? When this whole thing is about everybody is looking out, the person that was living, that was in close proximity with Mohbad before his demise, and you're now coming out to tell us you're cooperating or collaborating with this person, and you're coming out to seek justice for the demise. How sensible is that? Let's continue.
She has always stood her ground with about Wumi. A lot of things that she has said.
She has always stood her ground. At the end of the day, Wumi broke her leg. In fact, the gladiators and generals, there was a recording that General Bukky Jesse got from Mohbad. In that recording, Mohbad said, "Do you want me to fight Wumi? And I will die the way my son died?" Do you hear that? Mohbad established the fact that it was Wumi that killed Mohbad, but she could not raise an eyebrow because she was afraid to die the way Mohbad died. Only she fẹ́ kí n bá Wumi jà kó náà kú bí wọ́n ṣe pa Mohbad ni. If you have that audio, go and listen to it. Do you want me to fight Wumi and die the way Mohbad died? That was what Mohbad told that woman in that recording when she did not know that she was being recorded. That was all we needed to establish the fact that a Larry Book or Male Wumi Sita de Banjo, a product of an incest, Mohbad.
Has always been in support of Wumi, and that is one of the reasons I was like, okay, Mama Yole Riomo Yiti. If she's saying this is the way it is, this is the way it is.
God will punish you. Yabojo, God will punish you mightily.
So, if now there's another situation on ground, because I don't really get what is going on, I just breathe.
You will never get it because the case has gone beyond you. What you can do is to be trying and be using some gimmicks. You are just using gimmicks. The case has gone beyond you. All of you have tried and you have failed. And you shall continue to fail. You will all continue to fail. The case has gone beyond you. It has even gone beyond the power of your politicians in Lagos State. Do you understand?
Into Lagos for...
This is a woman you've never met before. This is a woman you don't know before. In a murder situation, she's telling you this is the way it is and this is the way it is. Mind you, Yabo John, a very educated woman, a woman where goes to school.
You cannot say that too. What qualification does Yabo Jo have? What is her qualification? Because she's speaking English.
She's 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2. At least ask 1 or 2 questions. What happened? You said they came. Did they jump the fence? What really happened? You were in close proximity with this guy. What's going on? How did he go down? Say something. Say something reasonable. You can't tell me they fight in the club, they punch, they led to his... You can't tell me that. She's supposed to ask reasonable question, but she did not. All she did was she went, I'm sure maybe now, Wumi don't call her, come, at least Mama Mohbad now at our side. Make you just come at least. Make she know see you start thing.
That is
Just listen to her.
you are right.
few days I'm going back to Oyo. If there's any information, because they're making it seem like there's some information with Mama Mohbad that we are begging her to hold back. Please, she should not hold back.
Shut up your mouth. Please, you did not hold back, and yet you went to beg her. Karima said it that it was Yabo Jo that went to beg Mohbad when she was fighting with Temi Platform and Wumi. It was Yabo Jo that went to beg her. Me mama Jo, Emma bataye Wumi je. It was Yabo Jo that went to beg Mohbad not to let the cat out of the bag. She didn't have any information, no evidence, and yet you are begging her persistently. You are begging her consistently. Are you stupid? Do you think everybody is stupid in it? I don't know who you people are taking Nigerians for. A population of about 220 million. And you guys are taking us for a fool, Abi. We are all foolish as you people. Don't worry, you'll be wise now. You'll get brains very soon.
Mama Mohbad, Emma hold back any information about case we are talking about your son.
Idiot.
Your child. If there is any information.
Do you know what this idiot is doing? It's like when you give a food to a goat, and you put a lock in his mouth. For those of us that we were born in those days, have you ever seen goats? They will put something in his mouth. Please comment on the comment section. You know, those kind of goats that normally goes around, they go around, they eat all sorts of food. They will go into people's houses, eat their food, do all that. They will now complain to the owner of such goats. And the owner of the goats will now go and make one lock with a tin, with rope, and tie it around the head of that goat. And they will leave him alone. So even if the goat is looking at the food, the goat will not be able to eat it. Yes. That's what this idiot is doing here. Hey, Joe, if you have any evidence here, and yet you went behind the back to go and be begging at me, Emma Soro, don't say anything. Please, don't spoil the name of the kino. Don't forget, we are going to give 50% of the royalty. We are going to share your son property with you. Don't come and talk. Are you stupid? Do you think we are as foolish as you are? Don't worry now. What people don't understand is that average Nigerian is not as stupid as you people think. Average Nigerian is not as stupid as you people think. Don't worry now. Your eyes will clear in criminal courts.
She should take that information right now to the right authorities, and they should use that information to help the case.
Let me laugh 3 times.
But what I got involved with was the fact that Lagbaja Sope, Tameji Sope, Eru Mohbad, Keru, Talo Keru, Wani Kolo Keru, Kini Kolo Keru, and I just like, all these things are hearsay. Mama is saying she didn't say this, Wumi is saying she didn't say this. Okay, the best I could do is to apologize to Mama. Me shall any my bed Wumi, okay, Mama apologize for me. Mama no ni my bet, Maniki Wumi apologize for Mama. Which I did. I left them on the phone for hours, even after I settled them. They spoke for hours because I left the WhatsApp group. I added Wumi to the group. I left the group. I came back on the WhatsApp. I saw that they were still there. I still joined the group. And Wumi still spoke to her.
So now you can see that they have a WhatsApp group where they discuss, where they beg, where they try to silence those that witness Wumi killing Mohbad. They have WhatsApp group where they try to control what goes on social media. They have WhatsApp group where they delegate duties to themselves to defeat the cause of justice on social media. Can you see that?
The next day and the day after.
Now tell me, I'm not sure say Mama Mohbad know it in the WhatsApp before now. Now tell me why didn't they use WhatsApp to communicate among themselves? Because why? WhatsApp is encrypted. Normal Nigerians, if they want call, then they call. Which one be WhatsApp? WhatsApp the chat waiting or they call waiting. Let's be serious here. And Mama Mohbad won't come the chat. Because they know they've instructed themselves, make sure you use WhatsApp in all your communications.
So that the third party will not listen to whatever that you people have discussed in WhatsApp. Okay now. You should not worry.
Make sure you use WhatsApp in all your communication because why? WhatsApp is encrypted. Nobody be mumu here. Okay.
So I don't think what I did was wrong on my own part, except people are telling me that what I did was.
Don't worry. Hey, the volcano that will erupt in your household will not only tell you what you did was wrong, but we also give you instant judgment. Don't worry.
Because I don't know why my name is flying up and down.
Your name don't spoil, Tete. Your name can only spoil more. That is it. Your name will be going from bad to worse. That is it. You cannot do all these and go scot-free. That's very confirmed. It's confirmed. Affirmative.
Iyabojo, everything you did was wrong. And it's time for you to confess. Everything you did, the role you played. You started justice for Mohbad. As soon as Mohbad was exhumed, at the same year, you don't even reach 1 week where they exhume Mohbad. The same year, they never even conduct autopsy. You don't run, they go buy casket. You don't.
Do you hear that? Within 1 week that they exhume Mohbad, Iyabo quickly ran to go and be looking for casket. Within 1 week, when she knew this exhumation of Mohbad will bring so much trouble on the part of Elegushi, on the part of Wumi Adebanjo, on her own part, she quickly ran to casket sellers to buy casket in order to rebury Mohbad, because she knows they have exhumed troubles. They have exhumed a volcano. They have awakened a lion. Mohbad's body is like a lion that has been awakened from his sleep. Not just a lion, but a hungry lion for that matter, that is calling for vengeance. So Iyabo wanted to quickly go and buy casket to rebury Mohbad as soon as possible. If not because of Baba Mohbad that told them, no way, nobody is burying this body except we get justice. And that's why they turned all the guns at him. If not, Iyabo, if Baba had agreed for them to go and rebury him, they would have reburied him. And today, you and I will not be here. I'm telling you, you and I will not be here. But because that Baba said, Mohbad has been exhumed, without justice, no burial. And that's what has unsettled their camp. It is what that has put so much rancors in their camp. It is the one that has taken away tranquility from their camp today. And they will continue to cry until their basket get filled up. If they cannot cry and fill up a basket, then they don't have solution to their problems, because Mohbad must get justice. That is it.
You don't run, they go price funeral home. You don't run, they go price hall. That's, one conduct the autopsy again. The same you. I wish you well.
I don't wish you well, Iyabo. I wish you evil. Thank you, Gladiator Temi. Joseph Aloba. I wish you evil the way you have wished Baba Mohbad evil. I wish you evil the way you wish Mohbad evil, because Mohbad was in the UK with your sugar daddy. Because that was not a boyfriend, it was a sugar daddy. With your sugar daddy, and Mohbad expressed his concern, and you could not do anything to help him. You and your polo, until you sent him back to Nigeria. And a few days after his arrival, he died. If you are a good woman, if your baby sugar daddy was a good man, you would have helped Mohbad to escape that death. But because you are going to profit from his death, you sent him back into Lion's Den, where he was finally consumed by Wumi Adebanjo and the father of Liam. God will punish Iyabo. I can never wish you well at all. I wish you evil, the same evil you wish Joseph Aloba, the same evil that I wish you. That's it.
People had no idea what was going on, especially various generations were clueless. Who is Mohbad? Who's Mohbad? Of course, the Gen Zs knew exactly who he was. And many of us danced to his music, and many didn't even know he was the person that sang those songs. But what was actually more alarming or mind-boggling was the fact that there were so many news about his death, what happened surrounded his death, the issue with his record label, the accusations from his family, the wife sending out tweets, and various videos coming out. It was quite confusing. So many didn't really understand exactly what happened and why they hurried to bury him so quickly. Yes, it was a Muslim, but the issues of what were the circumstances of his death. So these were very confusing. That's why we have with us this morning on the show to give us some clarity on who this man was, what the circumstances surrounding his death, and what lessons can we learn from him, because lots of people do follow him. He has a huge following. We have a media practitioner, a social media commentator, and also an influencer himself, Mr. Abayomi Ladipo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, good morning. It's Ayobami.
Ayobami Ladipo. He'll be discussing the foregoing and also controversies surrounding the death of Mohbad. You can call us on 081-076-41679, 0902-4163440. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet.
I hear he's not a Muslim.
Oh, he's not a Muslim, yeah. So I was wondering why he died, why they buried him so much. What was the hurry? Right? So let's even start off. Who is Mohbad?
This was a hold recording, and you and I have now come to understand the fact that Mohbad was not buried orally. Mohbad was buried after all attempts to put him in a mortuary were defeated by Wumi Adebanjo and Said Elegushi and all the police officers. That was when Mohbad was buried. So he was not buried orally because Emperor Joseph Aloba wanted him buried at all costs, like Wumi Adebanjo, Iyabo Ojo, and Karimo Ogunbanjo wanted the world to believe at that time.
But because a lot of our viewers have watched scenes on social media, but they probably don't even know that they dance to his songs. You know, so please tell us who he is and the kind of songs he has.
Okay, so Ileri Oluwa that they call Mohbad, Imole. He was an Afrobeat artist. It's very painful that we had to use the word, we had to qualify him in the past tense to say was. And was a very energetic young guy that was...
Gladiator Titus, their fans were present because they knew the plan was not to allow Mohbad to be in the mortuary. So they knew they had everything planned out, that Mohbad would be buried within few days, because they would not allow any mortuary to accept Mohbad's body. So that was why Afa were there to do the last rite for Mohbad's body to be buried. Do you understand? That was why they put all their fans there already. They knew no mortuary will accept his body. They knew no police station or officers will give any police reports. So they knew everything. They were all planned out before Baba Mohbad even got there.
Pushing so hard to take himself to that level of success. He had issues with his record label. 2022, he was in the public space because the last incident, he even went live on Instagram.
Yeah, God bless you. And to perform the rituals, to do the fortification. That's it. You are right. That it Mama T push. No, Apple. I think that was Apple. Yeah, Apple of God High's comment to perform the rituals.
Where he accused the record label of harassment or being bullied, and that video is still there, where he was saying that if anything happens to him, hold the record label responsible, do this and that.
Now, the video that was there, where Mohbad said if anything happened to him, hold the record label responsible. However, there was a counter video where the same Mohbad was apologizing to Naira Marley, that Naira Marley should please forgive him. It was because he was being threatened and he was being intimidated, and he was going to depression, not by any other forces, but the forces within his own house, and most especially Wumi Adebanjo's forces. Do you understand? But in a video where Mohbad was telling Wumi that if you kill me, you will not kill my family, we have not seen anywhere Mohbad apologize to Wumi for that video. If you have seen it, you can post it on social media. Let us go and listen to it. That will tell you that that video that Mohbad did was done intentionally not because of the way he was feeling. He was not beclouded by emotions. He knew exactly what he said in that video, and he was not going to apologize for that. If he had apologized for that video where he talked about Wumi wanted to kill him, Wumi team would have brought it out. But because there was no such video anywhere, they could not bring anything out to counter that one where he said, if you kill me, you will not kill my family. If you kill me, do you intend to post all these videos? Wumi has started posting all those videos now that Mohbad talk about. And Mohbad has never been seen anywhere apologizing for that statement he made about Wumi wanted to kill him. So in that house, Mohbad was going through a lot of things. Mohbad had no rest at home. Mohbad had no rest outside. The same forces that are intimidating Mohbad in his own house is the same forces that are also intimidating him outside his own abode. So Mohbad was between the Red Sea and fearless lions. Mohbad lived a fearful life, orchestrated by Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo and Baba Liam.
That thereafter there was the NDLEA issue, there was some arrests that were made, even his record label mates were arrested, I think detained for a couple of weeks. Then thereafter, the guy went off the record label, went off Malian Records, then started off his own immortalization.
Also, he left Mali.
Yeah.
I hope you know that Mohbad only had about 3 months left on his contract before he left Naira Marley. Mohbad had just about 3 months left on the invisible contract, because we got to know that there was no feasible contract that was signed. He just said, you work for me for 3 years, you will do so album for me within that year, and that's it. Mohbad had just 3 months left. And you and I could have asked, why wouldn't he wait to finish that 3 months? The question is so important, but the answer is Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo. The only reason why Mohbad did not wait to finish that 3 months is Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo that kept lying about Mohbad to Naira Marley and kept lying about Naira Marley to Mohbad. Because since the day Mohbad said, Baba Mohbad, your son does not have an account, Wumi saw Naira Marley as a threat. Since the day they have started saying, Wumi will dope Mohbad food with diazepam, and we go to the next door to go and fuck another mate in Naira Marley's house. Wumi knows that our days in Naira Marley's house are numbered. And that was why she made sure that Mohbad left that place. I'm just saying we need to be explaining to you for you to know why and when certain things were done.
Yes. Yeah, he had an album with Malian. I think it was Feel Good. Then now he left Immortalization. He released another album under his own record label.
Okay.
And it was just evident that the guy had to deal with so many things. Maybe in the last few years, but the last couple of months too had been quite chaotic for him. So after his death, we're now seeing...
Yes, the last few months before his death was very, very chaotic for him, because that was when Sam Larry started beating him. Sam Larry, Obele, and one other man started beating him up and down. And they were telling him that they were from Saheed Elegushi. They were telling him categorically that we were from Saheed Elegushi. I also got to know, I was shocked when somebody told me a few days ago that Elele was an in-law to Saheed Elegushi. You hear that? That Elele, Abi was Obele, was an in-law to Saheed Elegushi. And you can now see what is really Ebele. Elele, yeah, thank you, God bless you. You can now see what we are talking about. So his life was full of chaos. And this guy wrote a petition, but his petition was thrown under the carpet because they didn't give a damn about him. So some idiot said, Sam Larry wrote a counter petition. Please, let us see the counter petition. If you think you can backdate the letter and the public will not know, the Nigerians will not know, you are deceiving yourself. Let us see the counter petition. You are beating this guy around. You did not give him a peace of mind. Even the poor guy did not even know what he had done to warrant you beating him and mentioning the name of Elegushi. And yet you kept on beating him around. At home, Wumi Adebanjo kept on victimizing him, kept on abusing him, cursing him, saying all sorts of things to him. You strangulate the life of this guy until you finally kill him. That was a chaotic few months towards his demise.
Videos. You saw a video of him being harassed on set.
Yes.
That happened in June, just a couple of months ago. And the sad part of it is that young man was talking to us every time with every song. If you are listening to people who were active followers, every song that Mohbad released was practically a message.
Yes, it was a message. You are correct. You are correct. Where he sang the Cked Transformer, confirm. When he sang Frenemies, confirm. When he sang Obaton Wagbala so the canvas, confirm. When he sang Gbogbo Eyan Lo Ti Dó Tán, confirm. You are very right. All the track that Mohbad released was a revelation of what he was passing through.
So
During call for help.
it was a message, yeah. So he was sending out a message. He was talking about himself. So it's just like you explaining yourself to the people in different ways. Listen to all of his songs.
Aaron Lasisi, you said no counter petition. It was Lagata who carried that fake narrative. Wow. Let me do wow for that one. Wow! Lagata again. Wow! Lagata everywhere.
Wow! He was always talking about himself, what he was going through, what he had gone through, his fears, his worries, the uncertainty about a tomorrow. And so bad that he actually recorded a song about life after death, saying that when he's gone, people will love him more. It was exactly like Da Green.
Of course, the guy knew there was almost no way out because he has got enemy as a girlfriend at home and he has got so many enemies outside. If you have trouble outside, you're expected to get home and rest, sleep, and get cancer from your wife that will give you, that will put your head on a bosom, and then we speak sweet things to your ears and all that. But Mohbad was not getting that. He will be beaten from outside. When he got home, Wumi will shout at her too. Wumi will leave home by 1 o'clock to meet customers. 1 o'clock in the morning, visiting different hotels. If you like, you can say, go and bring the evidence. You will see the evidence where Wumi wanted to leave home by 1 a.m. Wumi called cab already. So that was the lifestyle that Wumi was living throughout the time she was with Mohbad. She was still an active prostitute. Don't me the kakiri. Cked Transformer. Don't me the kakiri at that point. So that was the kind of ordeals Mohbad faced while alive. He faced serious ordeals while alive.
In 2010, Da Green recorded a song, If I Die. Mohbad also recorded a song. He did a video in the studio. When I'm dead and gone, people will love me more. When he's on the floor and he can't talk, and they will discuss him, talk about his right and wrong. The boy knew that he
Had a premonition.
he had a premonition. He was basically living in fear. There was so many things happening around him. He could not, he wasn't certain about it tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so, we saw these videos. For many of us, were just really confused because one moment.
Please keep tapping on your screen. Let's take the like. Let's take the likes far, please. Let's take the likes far. That will protect the life and also make the life popular. Please keep tapping. Gladiators and generals, thank you.
We're hearing things like maybe cultism or bullying or just harassment. Was it his record label that was just harassing him because he was moving forward? What sort of person was he outside music? Was he involved in any nefarious activities? Why
Why did he have such negativity around him as
The question should be, why did he have such enemies? And the answer to that question is Wumi. It was because of Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo that Mohbad had such enemies. And it is all born down to the fact that Liam did not belong to Mohbad, and the father of Liam was trying to show Mohbad's supremacy, both inside the house and outside the house. So Mohbad was up against forces that were beyond him, both spiritually, physically, and financially. And they are creeping into his skin, tormenting him internally and also externally. So he had no abode, he had no refuge, he had no buckler, he had nowhere to run to.
And he has no true friends.
I'm telling you, they were ready to consume him. In fact, Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo sent all his good friends away. And recruited all the bad ones. That saw Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo as a boss.
According to Zumo said that what she usually do is she will starve them away. Like she will create a situation whereby they will be, they will not be comfortable. If she will just make food for only herself.
Yes.
But she won't make food for the friends. They will be starving. The friends will be around. They will be starving. No food to eat. So, or sometimes she will just pick up a fight or lie of something that they did not do to Mohbad and get Mohbad to just, separate from them, like Maisi, Zomo, and some other friends in the past that Mohbad could trust. Sorry I'm just chipping in the points as we're buttressing it, sir. Thank you.
No, it's all right, because you're actually correct. You are correct. That's what he did. Those people that could have protected Mohbad, Wumi chased them away, and he brought in those that will see her as the Lord and Goddess of the house. Those whose loyalties were just for her alone, not for Mohbad, but for her alone. Those were the kind of people Wumi brought close to Mohbad. Those that will continue to give Wumi feedback about Mohbad's movement. Do you understand? Those were the people that Wumi left with Mohbad. So Mohbad was like living among thorns, among lions, among leopards, among serpents. Mohbad was not having a free way to operate. Mohbad's life was taken away taken away from him even before his death. His life was taken away from him even before his death. So Mohbad was just living in bondage. That was what we used to qualify Mohbad's life. Since the time he was with Wumi Cynthia Adebanjo, it was a life in bondage, a life in a cage, a life in a lion's den. It was just like an antelope falling into a lion's den. Do you know how that antelope will be feeling?
More like the captive of the mighty.
I'm telling you.
When somebody is ensnared, a particular bird can't fly, so the bird is in the cage, is ensnared. So each time the birds try to fly, the trap, the trap master just ensures that the bird does not leave the cage. That was how Mohbad was. Mohbad couldn't get himself. You can imagine Mohbad being in an interview and is asking the presenter, what do you think about me? That speaks volumes. How can a superstar like Mohbad, who sang KPK, who sang Feel Good,
they gave him multiple personality disorders.
Yes, he began to doubt his own abilities. He doesn't even know who he is again anymore. Yes, he began to doubt himself, and he was asking. You can imagine Davido or Michael Jackson, or someone like James LeBron, or a celebrity who has done it before, big, in such a big way, now asking the presenter, what do you think about me? Do you think I'm a star? That question can be interpreted in several ways. Because if you are a star and you know that you can hit it again, or you are hitting it, or you have confidence in yourself and your abilities, you don't need to ask anybody of what they think about you, because you know exactly what you are capable of. You don't really care about what they think. And that takes us to what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, that the violent woman will take away the strength from the man and make his knees to be weak. You will buckle at his knees, no matter how strong you are. If you are with some kind of women in this life, she's going to take away your confidence and she's going to make you buckle. Because we saw how Mohbad, she make your knees buckle. You are so strong, you are tearing up a lion, story of Samson, you can tear up a lion, you can tear up a tiger, and then you don't even know how to break a tree branch anymore. You begin to doubt your confidence. You begin to doubt yourself. That's what she did. Because Mohbad was a happy person before he joined the Malian record. And when he just joined, before the Wumi effect took full control over him, he's always dancing, he's always happy. He's always smiling, always jolly, always lively, always, agile and all those things like that. But as time goes on, the effects of that girl begin to, negative effect began to show up in his life. He could not even have the confidence to even speak with his friends. According to one of his songs that he sang, it turned him to a vegetable. He doesn't have the confidence to even speak out. He began to doubt his own abilities. He began to die. He began to rot. His confidence began to disappear. Right on that. So all those things were happening to Mohbad, and his friends that were his confidant, his protector, his advisors, systematically she found a way to separate Mohbad from his friends. So that, because I think if she's having a violent confrontation with Mohbad, his friends are always coming to his aid. Hey, stop. Hey, this guy is celebrating now. You know if they talk like that. Nah.
Yes,
no.
now.
You know if they do that.
No, even she knew she had to conquer his friends first before she conquered him.
Yeah.
That's it.
His friends know his what. So if she's getting crazy around it, she'll be like, Ace. You have to be very careful. This guy now big fish. You can't be treating this guy like this. No, please just stay away from him. His friends will advise him and say, oh boy, see this girl, just leave this girl. Just go that place where we lodge. Because this girl, saying as celebrity you be. So just leave this girl.
My sis told Mohbad now that this girl, you cannot marry this girl. I'm telling you.
His friends are telling him that, look, you sang KPK, you made it big. You sang Feel Good, you made it big. You sang Malian Anthem, Koma Jensen. And all those say, bro, this guy girl, no, you can't do. No, she's really bringing down your work. So that's what she was doing. That's what his friends were doing. So she realized that what she needed to do was to separate those confidants away from the target, which was Mohbad. So if she can separate him, then she can surround him with some loyalists that she have appointed to, be around Mohbad that she can control. That was why Mohbad kept changing managers since she left the Malian record. I think Mohbad had a manager before. I think that was Ayan, but I think it was discovered that Ayan was having a relationship probably with, an intimate relationship with maybe Wumi, upon which Mohbad, changed Ayan to the new manager. And, any attempt by Mohbad to put, let's say, I think at some point the guy invited a chef to
even the new manager was still fucking with Misty.
Yes, so we heard.
Everybody fucks with Misty.
She has a way of having. Yeah, she has a way of grabbing, of taking a hold over everything.
It's Peku's connection still now. Peku's connection. That is it.
As a way of getting a hold over him, so ringed him around, surrounded him, and then began to eat him up. And you can see from his face that he's been eaten up. He's been eaten up. So his strength began to leave him, And Mohbad was always always confident that he could trust, and no more close to, and no more near him. And he began to die, began to lose his strength. I think he wanted to give a last fight, or to save himself at that night. That, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm going to save myself. He thought he's going to survive. But, it is what it is. So it's a shame. So we'll keep fighting. Really hot. He's hurtful.
Yeah, you are very, very correct. To be sincere, you are very, very correct. Thank you very much, Gladiator Crocodile, for that.
You're welcome. We're having a duet. So as we're analyzing, then I'll just be chipping in. You said like a duet, so it's interesting. So let's write on.
No problem. No problem.
Yes, bro.
Thank you. Let me see. How will, are you there? Is All Will there for us, or you are just there to do something else? Before we continue. Okay, I think it's just there.
During that period.
You see, one thing I would say is the death of Mohbad would definitely unhurt so many things going forward. artists have been having record label issues over the years, and many of them, either they go through the legal way, court process, or probably some negotiation here and there. This is the first time, at least that we can remember, probably in the last 15 years or thereabout, that an artist would eventually lose his life in that process. And this one is so painful. This guy, we've had artists that have had record label issues. Chris Daniel with G Worldwide, Rundown with Eric Mani, a couple of them, Vector with YSG. They've had to find a...
That was why you should know that it was not the record label issue that killed Mohbad. Because all these people you mentioned now, none of them has died because they had rancor with their record label. Because it was not worth killing anybody for. There's no record label manager that will kill one of his signee just because he left his stuff. What they could do was to mortgage their career. Do you understand? That was the worst they could do. Mortgage their career, but not kill them. So that is another eye-opener that Mohbad did not die because of his disagreement with Naira Marley. Nobody would do such a thing, killing you physically, just because you didn't want to be part of the record label. What they would do is to put your career in their pocket, not allow people to promote you, or not allow you to your music to make waves. That's it, not killing you. So that's why we still keep on saying that Mohbad did not die as a result of disagreement with Naira Marley. Mohbad was killed by Wumi Adebanjo. That's the same thing we are talking about. It is not today. The record label has been having issues with their signee. It is not today. It is not today. But not to the extent of killing the signee. Because of what?
The way around it. Is Daniel changing
thank you, all the gifters. Thank you.
his name from the KISS to KIZZ. Vector going off and going the court way.
General Tarzan, you are welcome. Okay, you've gone away. You are welcome, General Tarzan. Anyway.
But in this case...
Are you there, General Tarzan? You want to say something before we continue?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
I'm here, sir. Thank you very much. And God bless you for the refreshment that you have brought about this case this morning. Thank you so much. You see, when anyone that has listened to how you have chronologically looked at the roles that Iyabo Ojo had played in this matter, and you still cannot sit down to say, you know, these people are from the hell, you know, and this case of Mohbad, as you see it, none of them who have played a part, either active or nominal in this matter, they
Your network is breaking, General Tarzan. Your network is breaking. We can't hear you, General Tarzan.
Only for the individuals who had a
Please,
hand.
can you tap on your screen? Are they flagging up? We can't, because it's getting a bit fluctuating. Carry on, General Tarzan. Please tap on your screen.
It's not only for those who were active participants, even institutions, even our institutions in Lagos State, government institutions. This Mohbad case will make the Nigerian police, the DPP, never to remain the same again. This Mohbad case will bring about a shaking that will go down to the core of all of these institutions. How is it that this analysis and these insights has been enumerated and brought to light this morning, videos upon videos, recordings upon recordings, and the police, their conscience is not pricking them. The DPP, they are not calling themselves at a conference after listening to this show, because I believe they listen. I believe they have officers who don't have anything else to do but to monitor what goes on social media. anything that have to do with the police, just like the embassies does. All embassies, they have persons that are employed. What they do is anything that have to do with their respective countries that comes out in the Nigerian news, in local news, they put everything together and send it across to the appropriate channel. Same way the Nigerian police, same way the Lagos State Command. How is it that you can hear all this analysis that Yapo just sprang into frantic effort to prevent, to beg, to broker peace and between Wumi and Mohbad, just so Mohbad will not betray Wumi. How is it that an intelligent police command will not say, wait a minute, let's step back, can we hold on? Why is it that this lady went out there to go and broker truce between Wumi and Mohbad? How is it that an intelligent police command could not have figured this out to this day, despite the fact that we keep hammering it, we keep bringing out all of those missing links, showing it to them? So it just shows that even the institutions in Nigeria, especially the police, is rotting to the core. It's rotting to the core. And this case of Mohbad, it's going to be like June 12th. It's going to be like what June 12th, the annulment of June 12th, what it did to the political system in Nigeria. What the annulment of June 12th brought about, that is also exactly what the case of in all of these institutions. Just imagine, let's look at a whole lot of what ifs in this matter. As I was listening to General Vengeance, I was thinking in my head, what if somebody had called the police? What if somebody had called 911? What if somebody had called the ambulance? What if somebody had called the father on Monday? What if Baba Mohbad has agreed to toe their line? Because the way they approached Mama Mohbad, they reached out to that man. They reached out to him. That's why they said, we told him not to speak. They contacted him. They made him an offer. Yes, they made him an offer. That's why. What if the man had accepted their offer? What if their intent for Naira Marley actually became actualized? All of those young men and women, all those children who were out there, hey, Naira Marley, cancel Naira Marley. What if they actually carried out their intent and they really cancelled Naira Marley? And today we now realize that Naira Marley was not in the house, Naira Marley was not in the country. What would be the state of their consciences today? What if Baba did not go to the police station? What if? You see, what if the lawyer had actually said, you know what, don't do anything, call the police? A lawyer that went to law school. What if the lawyer said, no, please don't do anything. Afar, stop, don't do anything. And he said, let's go to the police station, let's call the police. That's the first thing to do. What if all their Afar that were there that day, what if they did the right thing as Yoruba people, as people with common sense, as people with conscience, and say, look, this is somebody's son. Wait, where are the parents? What if? What if the police, when the government went to sign that memorandum of understanding that, okay, we will exhume him, okay, you know what? We are going to make sure in 2 weeks, we will understand what happened to this boy. Don't worry, sign. And the man signed. What if after exhumation, they did the right thing? What if they actually took him to the lab and they did what they were supposed to do and they were honest and they came out to say to Nigerians, this was what happened to him. Now we will get into what if they had done the right thing? We will not be here. We will not be here. For 5 months, the institutions kept the body and kept quiet. They kept the body and kept quiet, said nothing to anyone until the Baba went to Abuja and we got to know that they were lying. What if the governor, the executive head of Lagos State, had been compassionate and serious and meant justice indeed? Coming out and speaking to people and saying, you know what, we will get to the root of this, and not saying that Mohbad will not be the first person to die. What if he didn't say that? What if he did? What if he just said, oh, Baba Mohbad, you will not, you will not suffer again. No, don't worry, we will do. What if that was his tone? So many things, they had the opportunities to do the right thing. What if that police station where the lawyer, the first lawyer that got to the scene, the nurse's lawyer, imagine, they called a nurse, a quack nurse, to come and treat somebody in the house, and something went wrong. And the first thing the nurse did was to invite her lawyer. Was to invite a lawyer to come and stand by her side. What went wrong? What went wrong? At that point in time, something went wrong that necessitated her to invite her lawyer. Guess what? The lawyer even went with her, along with Mohbad lawyer and also DJ Bami. 4 of them. What if they have called the father and say, Baba, come, we want to have a discussion with you. Can you come, please? Take an Uber. If possible, take an helicopter and bypass all traffic. We want to have a meeting with you. And they have that meeting. What if that they had the meeting before going to the police station to request for a police report? And when they got to the police station, according to the position of the nurse said the police people asked them, do you want to lay a complaint against the nurse? They asked the lawyer. DJ Bami was there. They said, do you want us to come and investigate? You want us to? What if the police had done the right thing at that point in time? Put on their uniform, put on their beret, put on their gears, and head straight for the house. We will not be here today. We will not be here today. Abiola had several children. What if this Gucci king too has stepped up as a man, as a king, and said, you know what, enough is enough. Bring the child. I am ready to do this thing. Abiola, everyone who claimed was pregnant for him, after the child was birthed, he will say, bring them, take them to Madam Simbi, let them do DNA. What is there? DNA is not a death sentence, as a lot of us have said. What if the Yomesis, the Afobajes, what if they have done the right thing to quell this matter and made sure whoever was responsible for what happened to Mohbad face the wrath of the law? What if everybody has stood up, everybody came out and spoke against the injustice? Everybody across across the length and breadth of the society. What if? What if? What if Baba Wumi and Mama Wumi had come out either to say we were standing behind our daughter or to say, no, you know what? Call their, Baba Mohbad, sorry, what happened? What if they had done that? They didn't do it. We won't be here. Perhaps we would have made a headway in this matter. What if the police had gone to the house, declared that house a crime scene? We won't have a scam artist, a scammer, an hungry boy, an area boy, a glorified errand boy to politicians will not come out and scam people left, right, and center if the police had done their job. If the police had gone to the house, taking hold of all CCTV that could have captured anything, they have the powers, they have the authority, they have the backing of the law. Why would anybody need to go and be doing conny way to say they want to get CCTV and so people must give them money? Why? Had the police done their job, somebody would not come and lie to the public that he went to go and collect court order. Court order from which court? What if the police has done the right thing from ab initio, from the start? The only person that did the right thing that is so critical and central in this matter was Papa Mohbad. He took the body to the police station. And the moment he took the body to the police station, it was a game changer. Because they never expected it. They thought do you know how many afoshe they will have put in Wumi's mouth that night? Anything you tell the man to do, he will do. And that was the confidence and the boldness she had to tell the man, carry him to Cked. Do you know the amount of ado, the amount of all kinds of things that they will have put on her tongue and say, don't speak to anybody else. So as soon as the man comes, the first thing you must tell him is what he must do. Baba Egbe Eloru. What if, ladies and gentlemen, general vengeance, what if the Baba had taken that corpse and headed for Cked? What if? What if? From that moment that the Baba said, no, I'm going to the police station, all of their schemes came tumbling. They had to re-strategize on what next to do. And so, when we look at this matter, and up and down, I cannot divorce it from some of the elements of how that affected the political sphere of Nigeria when June 12 happened. When June 12 happened, what if Babangida had done the right thing? The turmoil, the trauma, the destruction that the nation faced, we will not have seen it. It would have been a smooth transition. And the same thing with this Mohbad case too. The police failed woefully, and I can't still understand where and how they will sit down right there, still put on their uniform, go on the road to say they are protecting lives and properties. Meanwhile, you failed in a case, the public is helping you, and you are not doing any. In Burkina Faso, I'm telling you this, the police would have come out to say, you know what? New information is coming out. We're examining them. We're taking notes. We're listening. We're watching. We're walking. But they have kept mute. The Lagos State commanders kept mute. They will have reached out to the man and said, Baba, don't worry, we are working on it. The matter is still on course. Nobody spoke to the Baba. Nobody briefed the public again. As ongoing as this matter is, live Every day, there has been no day that this not come up. Has not come up. There is no day. So you tend to wonder, where are they? No matter how you have messed up, the hallmark of a good police command is when you err, when you make an error of judgment, when you make an error in your loyalty to the godfathers, to those who are behind the scene. When you have made a judgment in error, you go back and say, no, we cannot continue. This is beyond. That's what they do in Burkina Faso. The police commander will go to those who are in charge, those who are paying them, those who are telling them to manipulate the system. They will go and tell them that, Oga, it's not possible. We cannot do anything anymore. We have to do the right thing now. There's no way we will do it. Baba se ju obesoke le megba ebi pelebe lo mati bat sile. They will do it. That's what they do. How is that? Is it that the Nigerian police, the Lagos State Police Command is different? How is it that a man, a charlatan will come and say publicly and allude to it that he collected 1.1 million to bribe the police, to subvert justice, to manipulate the system, to abuse the constitution, to pervert the processes of the Nigerian police. And today, no word from that same command. We want this. He said their plan was to manipulate and pervert the course of justice and make the police to extend the detention of a suspect. And the police have done nothing. They have said nothing. In Burkina Faso, the police will come out the next day, if not immediately. They will invite him and they will speak out against it. That if you're doing things like that, we will catch you and the law will deal with you. Or if you intend to do it, stop it now because we will come for you. That's what the Burkina Faso police will do. So I keep wondering, how is it? A group of persons came together and said that, you know what, we will bribe the police, and so the police will not do the right thing. They will not follow laid down guidelines. They will not follow the constitution. We will bribe them. We will give them money, just like all stations were settled, just like they send the man away at the police station, and then they stay quiet. They stay quiet. There's fire on the mountain, ladies and gentlemen. If this Mohbad case is not corrected, wherever the police have erred, wherever the police have gotten it wrong, wherever they have manipulated this case, if they don't correct themselves, come out, there is fire on the mountain. And so the run is for every Nigerian, every Lagosian to be alert. Do not keep quiet when you see things go wrong around you. It was Baba Mohbad on the 11th of September 2023. It was the Alobas family. It was the Alobas family. I warn you, I beg you, my fellow countrymen, I beseech you, do not let loose your guard with the police, thinking that you will get justice easily with these people. For them to be doing this dance of shame publicly in the market, it means that something definitely must be wrong with them fundamentally. How is it that Mr. Egbetokun will still come out and be presiding over a police that is as rotten as this? The chance is there, the opportunity is there. You need to do the right thing. And may I quickly add, sir, is that people are telling them no matter how high-ranking Egbetokun is and all the big police chiefs, they have people who can tell them as it is in their circle of friends. Their wives tell them, because their wives go to the mosque, they go to masjid, they go to nikai, they go to wolima, they go to vigil, they go to women conference, they go to social engagement. They are there and they hear these things. They tell them. Their drivers, they gossip about it. When their drivers are washing the vehicle, they will be talking about Mohbad case. When they see him show up, they keep quiet. Their children in schools, both home and abroad. Their children in the university in Ouagadougou here, they hear about Mohbad case. And those ones who know that their fathers are police in the Nigerian police, they get embarrassed when their friends say, how could your father be a policeman? That went on in Mohbad case. They talk about it. How we say, look, the Ministry of Justice, the Lagos State chapter, all the lawyers they know. A lot of them, they know. A lot of them tell them the truth. They tell the authorities, those ones in position, they tell them the truth. Market people, everybody, the reasonable ones in their family, when they go to family engagement, their uncles, their nieces, their nephews, they mention it. How is it? And it will come up on the air before microphones and keep straight face, as if all is well with the police. No. Something is wrong with them, and they have the opportunity again and again now in this Mohbad case to prove themselves, to correct themselves and align themselves with the constitution, with the law, with the truth, and with justice. So I don't know. And I keep asking, what if they are just done what is supposed to do? Just do the right thing. No matter whose horse is God. And here we are today, still on the matter. The matter is still here, and it's going nowhere until the right thing is done. We will not be quiet. We will not go home. We will continue to talk about the truth. We will not be distracted by the nonsensical shenanigans that some people are doing on this matter. We will keep our eyes focused on what matters. We will keep our eyes focused on the truth. Despite everything that they have done all these years, do you know that the facts still remain the same? Despite everything that they have said, despite every lie, despite every manipulation, despite every deception, do you know that the truth in this matter still remain the same? They have not changed. None of them has changed. The pillars of this case, the pillars of the truth of this case, they have remained the same. They have not changed. Baba Mohbad, Joseph Aloba was not in the house. On Monday, he got to the house on Tuesday in the night. That fact has not changed. Mohbad got to his house alive. That fact has not changed. On Monday, they said they called a nurse that was outside of the country, and they waited for the nurse until Tuesday when the nurse came, and the nurse confirmed it. That fact has not changed. There was danger in the house. There was an emergency in the house that have to do with life, with the survival of this breadwinner of that house, of the survivor of the owner of that house. And all of you stayed there. You were watching him, waiting for the nurse to come back from Cotonou all through Monday. That fact has not changed. It still remains the same. And these facts, you cannot ignore it in this matter. There's no way you can erase it. They took him to the hospital. The hospital said he had gone. That fact has not changed. Nothing. No, all the lies, all the manipulations, all the confusion, everything has not changed the fact that they took him to the hospital already gone. It has not changed. No lies, no explanation, no spinning has changed that fact to this day. 2 years going. The doctor told them, take this boy to the government hospital for preservation and other processes. Here is the document. That fact has not changed. It still remains the same. Everything else that they do, every story that Yapo, Joe, Wumi, and all of them has not negated that fact to this day. The doctor said, go to the government hospital to preserve him, but instead they went home. They went home and embalmed the boy without the knowledge of the father. That fact has not changed. It has not. It's still there for everybody to think about, to ponder over, for Sanwo-Olu to think about, for the head of the Attorney General's office to think about. It has not changed. Let me tell you another interesting fact that has not changed is that when the police said he bled profusely, to this day, we have not seen the place. When you say somebody is bleeding profusely, you will see pool of the thing all over the place. You will see everybody around that person will have a piece of that splash, of that gushing. That's what profuse bleeding means. That car that they travel from Ikorodu all the way to Lekki will have been soaked. The fact remains that there has been no sign, no evidence, no pointer to that assertion. To this day, it's a fact, and it has not changed. It has not changed. Still remains the same. You know one other fact that still remains the same to this day that we must never forget when we are talking or thinking or discussing this matter is that when Baba took the boy to the police station, the person who had that doctor's report was there. They never told the Baba, wait, we have this document, give it to them so that they can issue whatever they want to issue. They went to the mortuary in Ikorodu. Still the same, they didn't give him the document. To this day, the man has not seen it. To this very day, till this morning that I'm talking, the man has not seen it. That's a fact. It's a fact. And one beautiful fact, one lovely fact, again, that has not changed since the beginning of this matter. Despite all the turmoil, all the tumbling and rumbling that we have seen, that we have heard, that we have read in this case, is the fact that Aloba remains above board. Aloba remains above board. Joseph Aloba remains above board. in this matter. He's standing, unflinching. He's not vacillating in any way. Nobody has successfully been able to stain his conscience in any way. And he's the only man standing. So this fact has not changed. So I go back to how I started. What if any of these facts had been affected by all of their lies and manipulations? What if any of these facts has been affected, but those facts are still standing? You want to hear another fact that has not changed to this day? Is that at the Corona inquest, it was Wumi that reminded Baba Mohbad that who, you know what is paining you? They pepper you because I no give you the placenta. We were all there. She said it with her mouth. Obi, who, I didn't give you the placenta. That's why you are against me. She said it. And that led to the issue of DNA. And guess what? The issue of DNA, it was Wumi that sent everybody to court, that made that set rolling the judicial process regarding the stuff, the DNA. Go and get a court order. Go for a court order. Because her handlers, like Yabojo, were telling her, Mama Dawolo, don't mind them. Nobody has the right. Nobody has the right to ask for DNA. Even some nincompoops, some dickheads who taught, who went to school, who read, who taught, speaking English like parrot. They said nobody has the right, including some lawyers who went to law school under their house, said that they can't DNA. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Wait until Baba did DNA for Mohbad before he can come. Let him go and do DNA. Nobody can ask you. They don't have the right. I guess it was lawyer Falade that was advising them at the time. Mohbad's lawyer. That nonsense, no nothing lawyer. Corrupt, perverted heart of a lawyer was the one advising them at that time. Guess what? And so it was, they went to the court, and the court ruled, decided emphatically, back with the law, that Joseph Aloba has the right to request for DNA. Since that time, have you heard them talk about it again? They have not. Everybody went home on the matter of DNA, whether Aloba has the right. They went straight home. You will not hear them talk about it, whether he has the right or not now. You see? And further, the DNA has been dragging all this. How many of you remember that how they were looking for Wumi to serve her the court order or court notice or whatever court paperwork? They were looking for Wumi as the Nigerian police was looking for Anini in those days. They were looking for her everywhere. They couldn't find her. This was the lady that was asking for court order. This was the lady that was... They couldn't find her. They couldn't find her. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. What if she had been available? The DNA matter would have been over with today. What if she stepped forward with the baby and it was done? We would have been done with the DNA by now. So you see, it goes back to the what if. She has been up and down. At a point, they said they couldn't get her address. There was no address. Meanwhile, the Nigerian police, oh my gosh, everything that went wrong in this matter revolves around the Nigerian police. I felt so embarrassed when the court ordered that even Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and all of them should be served a notice of invitation or what. And it was being said that nobody had their address. Meanwhile, the police have all of this information, have all of these details. She was running all over the place. They couldn't get her. These are, the fact that we can talk about things that happened and they cannot be changed. What if everybody, those who have the powers, Aloba is not a prosecutor? Aloba can never even be a member of the Nigerian police force because he is too honest, he is too truthful, he is too straightforward, he is not corrupt. And people will say, he knows what happened to his son. Let him come and tell us. Is he the police? Do you know how many things that I know about the police, about the matter? If the police think it is their duty to make sure they leave no stone unturned, they should do their jobs. They should do their jobs. They should do their jobs. Aloba knows what he knows. He was not in the house. Everything that anybody that he knows, apart from the one that he saw with his house, from the moment he got to the house, everything else that was told to him, they told him. They told him. And a wise man, a man of wisdom, knows what he saw, the difference between what he saw and what he was told. So that's another great lesson that we need to learn from Aloba. When people come to tell you things, it is different from what you see with your own eyes. So Aloba is a man of wisdom. He knows that he can't trust a whole lot of these people. You come and tell him that XYZ, and he will start shouting XYZ, though, and then at the end of the day, you discover that it is ABC. You want to tarnish him? God is with that man. And God knows all these evil people. So whatever it is that anybody told anybody, it is the job of the police to find out. It is the job of the police to prosecute. And I'm happy that I am no longer hearing the dumbest in the hierarchy to saying that, oh, the family should have come together. They should have known how to talk to Adura so that Adura can talk, so that Adura can speak. He was in the house. The family, the mother, the father, they should come together. I'm happy that nobody is making such foolish, dumb statement anymore. I am happy because it is the job of the police to get Adura to speak, to interrogate him, investigate him, even if it is possible, wiretap his phone, do whatever it is. They have the backing of the law, not the work of Aloba. Not Aloba will do that. It is the police that will do it. If you think Adura knows anything about what happened in that house, just as I believe that he knows, he saw things, I am calling on the police to do their job, not Aloba. So I'm happy that nobody is making that false and confusing statement anymore, ignorant statement anymore. So, in closing, general, what if the police have actually slept all the different sides that a man will sleep? You know, as the Yoruba will say, sleep on your right, sleep on your left, sleep facing up, sleep facing down. What if they have done it and realize they should summon the courage?
Welcome back. In as much as we on this platform from comments and all of that, we are for justice for Mohbad, not for Mohbad's father per se. We are strictly for justice for Mohbad. I will say that was excellently delivered. Yes, it was excellently delivered with precision. Yeah, there are a little bit of here and there, somehow a little bit of kind of like some, but it was delivered as it should be delivered. I know that there are people who have this soft spot for Mohbad's father, and they cannot separate justice for Mohbad and the father of Mohbad. I understand that part of it. I understand that passion that some people have, but regardless, we cannot close our eyes and pretend like we did not observe certain anomalies. We saw some kind of activity, or let's say some behavior of Mohbad's father that is not to be accepted, respected, or you know what I mean? It should not in any way be accepted. If we are to get justice, we have to get it without sentiment. We have to be very straightforward about what we are for. We cannot get justice by being partial. We cannot be friends with anybody per se. We have to be like looking over our shoulders, looking around us, and making sure that all stones that should be turned are not left unturned. Very important. Because if we allow ourselves to be drawn into foolishness, what do I mean? If we allow ourselves to get sucked into this one-man show thing, like, oh, you know what? Mohbad's father, he's the one that lost his son, and because of that, we all need to just stand by him, even when we are not being told the truth of everything that happened or that transpired. Let us just do it for the sake of his Mohbad's father, because it's not really that he is no father. People begin to make some assumption as if a father cannot be kind of slack. A father can be slack, a mother can be slack. So spouses can also be slack, and they can also be directly or indirectly involved in whatever it is that happened or that is happening to their son or significant other. So, well, it is what it is. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. Like, you've heard a lot. Like, what you have heard it is deep. It is deep. It is so deep. When I say deep, this is deep. Passion, the energy that has been put into justice for Mohbad, it has resulted into a lot of people kind of like they cannot just keep their mouth shut and then allow things to just slide. And yeah, there might be a little bit of confusion here and there. There might be a little bit of misdirection here and there. But the truth of the matter is that majority that are on this are really passionate about getting justice for Mohbad. That is the consolation at the end of the day. Their approach towards it might not. And talking about the police, there are certain things. You heard our guest what he said. He said, if Mohbad's demise was properly investigated, if what should have been done was done, if the police had sealed Mohbad's house, if police had held on to everyone that came, Mohbad's father, Cynthia, everybody, every soul that stepped in with the body of Mohbad, if they had done the needful, without acting stupidly, foolishly, insanely, if all of these things have been done, we will be in a better place. We will not be in that space, in that place where you know, where we will now have to become private investigators, trying to analyze, trying to, maybe at this time, at this moment, we'll simply be reporting on the progress and success. That would have been what it is. But because the police intentionally, it's an intentional thing, and I already pointed out why this was possible, and it was so easy. I pointed out a lot of these things, how they had gone about. How Cynthia had a head start, how he had a head start, and how Mohbad's brother played a pivotal role, very dangerous role in this. Because, come on, is it that Mohbad's father had issues with Adura? Is that what it is? Like they had issues. Is that what it is? Like they had issues. That's why he did not quickly. He should have been the first person to call daddy. Daddy. Mohbad, oh. Did he call his father? No. Or was his father called and is aware of it? What exactly? And when we started hearing stories of Mohbad's sister called his father and said, Mohbad has spied, oh, Mohbad is gone. But pretend like you've not heard anything. What kind of family is that? Why does he have to pretend like he didn't hear anything and now wait on Mohbad's mother to call? Like, what kind of family is that? How can you now hold your peace and wait till you are called so they will not know that you have been informed? Like, it wasn't really like making sense or adding up. It wasn't making sense. It wasn't adding up. A lot of people questioned this, and well, a lot has been said about Cynthia, about what happened, about Obelegushi, and what should have been and was not, and the journey so far on justice for Mohbad. What more can I add? What more can I include in this? You read it. What the thoughts and opinion of people on this justice for Mohbad, and the frustration that can be felt. The frustration that can be felt within and without. The frustration that can be felt within and without. All of these things, I don't know. Well, it is fine. The most important, like I said, is that all hands are on deck and everyone's focus and attention is getting justice. And that is the important, that is the ultimate of it, justice for Mohbad. Yes, we cannot separate the human part of it, the lack of understanding, the emotional part of it, the digression, the misconception. All of these things are part of what makes it real at the end of the day. These are the things that gives it shape and form at the end of the day. Yeah, it gives it shape, it gives it form. It makes it look real. Because if we do not have some opposition here and there, or misconception here and there, it won't give it that. So there must be certain tide that will be against here and there, and all of that. But what I believe is that justice for Mohbad will be gotten and justice will be served. It is important that we all put our hands on deck. It is important that we all stay in conformity. Yeah, guidelines. So that, and everything positive that will yield result or get justice for Mohbad. If all of these things are looked at and we all remain together on it, I believe strongly that we'll arrive where we should, or where we are destined to arrive on justice for Mohbad. Everyone has added his or her own quota here and there. At times, it might appear as if the results, or Our expectation is not as big or huge as we want. But the truth of the matter is, the more we stay strong, resolute, firm, we will get there and we'll get what we want. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. You've heard it all. In fact, it's a back-to-back thing. Each utterance comes with its own spirit, with its own soul. What do you think about it? Please do drop your comments. See you in the next update.